My first in a series of videos on my car setups. First one being Brands Hatch in the Audi GT4. These are my race setups. They're not designed for hot laps, they're just designed for a stable car to get reasonable lap times during a race. I've got both a dry and a wet setup. I won't go through every option on them, I'll just display the setup screens as we go for a number of seconds, just so you can save them, and hope it's helpful. Here we go. This is my dry race setup. The tyre temps on here will need adjusting depending on the track conditions and track temperatures. Other than that, nothing really needs to change. On here you'll see that the tyre type is set to dry and the front and rear brakes are set to option number 1. Dry because it's a dry race. Option number 1 is because it's designed for races up to about hour and a half-ish. Anything over that, set the number option 2, and if it's a wet race the front and rear brakes need to be set to option 3. Okay, now for the wet race setup. There's nothing really that changes, only a couple of items because of the differing track conditions. So on here the temperatures need to increase because the running temperature of the wet tyre is much higher, somewhere in the region of 29.5 to 31. So the starting temperatures have to be that much higher. On the electronics, the traction control I've increased to 2 from 1, just to give the car a little bit more stability, a bit more grip. Did try traction control 3, but that basically meant the traction control was constantly on. It was just destroying lap times, so I found that traction control 2 was the optimum level. As I said earlier, you'll see the tyre type has been changed from dry to wet, and the front and rear brakes have been changed to pads 3. Nothing on here has changed from the dry setup. Again, nothing on here has changed from the dry setup. And once again, nothing on here has changed from the dry setup. Okay, the only other thing you need to ensure is that under controls you do have the correct steer lock set for the car. Each car has its own specific steer lock. With the Audi GT4 and the GT3, the steer lock for each of them is 720, as shown here, and you need to ensure that that is set in both the controls in-game and, if your steering wheel supports it, the steering wheel settings as well. Hope that was helpful. If it is, I'll be posting more setups for both GT3 and GT4 Audis at all tracks as I go through and race them and create setups for them. If you like it, please subscribe. Thank you very much.